Hi guys, my name is Ashley. Here's my task free presentation. The supply demand curve and the consumer producer surplus as shown in the following diagram. In the beginning, consumer surplus is represented by the space above the market price and below the demand curve, while producer surplus is represented by the space above the supply curve and below the price line. As a result, that will be so when a tax is introduced to the market, whether a tax is imposed on a purchase or a supplier, both will be experience a decline in their consumer and producer surplus. The market in the first draft is one where the seller of goods is subject to a tax. As can be seen, the upward trend in the supply curve, both a price increase from PE to P1 and a drop in the product quantity from QE to P1, while the surplus of produce will be moved from the gray region to the pink region. The surplus of consumer will be moved from the yellow region to the red region. The area in the triangle formed by the demand, supplies, and supply tax curve that is bigger than the new quantity exchange as a result of tax known as taxway loss. This loss occurs as a result of tax deterring both buyer and seller from engaging in transactions that would be make would be have tax plan o- otherwise occur in figure 2 when a tax is level on consumer, the consumer surplus shift from the yellow region to the red region, and the produce surplus shift from the gray region to the pink region. The demand curve changes downward in proportion to the amount of tax imposed. When a buyer pays a tax which where it differs from figure 1 in this regard, products are becoming less expensive and more plentiful. As a result, the death loss is to in the triangle region of both rivers amount P1 due to the tax. The equilibrium quantity falls, which results in death loss. So both supplier and customer would benefit from a market that were equilibrium. This leads to inefficiency in the market. The impact of tax on agree, supply and demand will be covered in this slide. We typically refer something as a income tax if the government has the ability of affect how much a household have disposable income at raising or lowering tax rates. The key factor influencing demand is primarily the quantity of money that consumer has available to spend. A change in the overall demand could be a risk from this. The graph shows two levels of AT and how the tax rate varies. They relate to both short-term and long-term AS. The great demand curve shift from the right from 80 to 81 when the tax rate is decreased, increasing total output from Y0 to Y1 and price level from P0 to P1 because more people are required to create more The unemployment rate decreased as overall output decreased. On the other hand, the tax rose, people disposable income would be decreased. As a result, the agreed demand curve would shift from 80 to 82, move to the left. As a result, both up price level from P0 to P2 and total production from Y0 to Y2 should decrease. The unemployment rate will increase as economic output decline. Next, I will discuss whether a tax that promotes health is ultimately beneficial to the economy. We already knew that unhealthy products like alcohol, cigarettes, and other were subject to a health levy. We can see from a draft, if government increased this tax, the AD will move to the left, resulting in a decrease in total output, increase in the price level. As, as, a, as a result, there will be no more unemployment in the nation and less profit to the company because no one want to buy these anymore. And however, the the health tech policy will really reduce the use of health risky commodity in the far future, which will improve people lifestyle, general well-being. When people are healthier, they can work more productively and produce more, which increase output and re- revenue. The health tech scheme will also help the entire economy. On this slide, I will describe how I use the empirical econometric model to assess the impact of a tech on both health and economic development. I will gather some variable in the first phase and conduct some research on the information regarding the economic health and effect of the fact text. After conducting my revision, I found that eliminating a fact text have a variable effect on both health and economic impact. I will include a co-founder in my model, such as the income variable. The result will be the result. This is the due of the to the fact that low-income individuals presently seek for the cheap food option and consume less of it is a result of a fixed increase in food price. It will constantly have a negative impact on people's health. However, after adjusting for this income variable, I am able to focus on the true impact of fast tax on both of the economy and public health.